Okay, some good news. Just in the middle of a session, I'm doing basically 3 by 30 minutes tempo. It's around 310 watts or so I think I'm holding. But the good news is on my Garmin, I've just got confirmation of a pro license, so that means that hopefully I'll be able to race in the Eton Dorney PTO race this weekend. So happy days. Just need to get confirmation of that. So yeah, good news.
So yeah, there we have it. And it's a different race distance for me. It's a little bit longer and obviously non-drafting. So I'm quite looking forward to be able to see where I stack up against everyone else. And yeah, a bit obviously nervous about it. I'm not used to this type of racing. I know I've done a little bit in the past, but it's not against this caliber. So today I thought I'd just take you through a bit of a PTO preview of the Eton Dorney Triathlon and what I've been doing in the lead up to prepare, and also a bit of kit and the start list for the weekend. So this is a really last minute thing. I was trying to get on it for a while, but it's only been put on the last couple of weeks. So I was quite fortunate to be able to get a pro license. So I managed to get that because I did a World Cup back in 2018, which is part of the criteria to be able to be given a pro license for long distance racing. So that enabled me to put myself forward for this race because that's what was required to get in. So it's only been this week that I've been told that I was able to race. And in terms of preparation, I mean, the swimming's been going okay, nothing spectacular. However, I've been a bit fatigued because of the bike and run that I've upped over the past couple of weeks. So in terms of the bike, I've been doing, instead of hard intervals on the road bike, I've changed it to longer intervals on the TT bike in order to get used to that position, nice and tucked up.
Pretty solid riding. I ended up doing 2 by 30 and then 1 by 20 just because I got that news. I wanted to back off a little bit and not do a full session just so I wasn't completely mashed up for the race. This road is terrible, by the way. Good practice for skills and being in the TT position because the road surface is awful. So yeah, just trying to practice being in the TT position. Not very good at it. Lose loads of time. Not being super aero. But I'll get there.
So it's about 60 kilometers on the bike. I don't know how long that's going to take. I think last time I was on this course a few weeks back, I averaged about 42 kilometers an hour. So if I can do roughly that this time, maybe around between 80 and 90 minutes, I guess. So yeah, it's going to be good. Hopefully I'll be able to stack up against the others, but I mean, power isn't everything, speed is where it counts. There's a 20-meter draft zone, so we shouldn't be getting too much draft from other people, which is great from the PTO. I think it makes it a pretty fair race. But yeah, I'm just trying to make the most of what position I have and what power I have to enable me to go as fast as possible. And yeah, I'm not as practiced as the other guys in terms of tucking up and being as aerodynamic, but we'll see how it goes. The other thing I've been doing is just running a little bit harder, and by that I don't mean going anything crazy. I just mean that zone 3 tempo sort of zone in order to get a little bit more muscular fatigue to simulate what might be occurring at the back end of one of these longer races. And I think that's benefiting me in terms of that muscular fatigue just because I need it a little bit more. It's great for mechanics on the Friday to wear these next percents because it protects the legs a little bit more and it allows you to get the mechanical speed. However, when you're talking about a long distance race, you not only want the mechanical speed, you want a little bit of that kind of ability to run under fatigue. On a Friday, I had a really good run. So I did a session which was 8 by 500 meters. As 400 on, 100 off. So I was doing the 400s in about 70 seconds and the 100s in about 33 seconds. And we did 3 rounds of that, and that was probably a PB session for me. So I was running quite well in comparison to the previous times that I'd done that. And then on the Sunday, I'd go and do that long run. So those two together really kind of knocked my legs for 6, and that's what caused my swimming to suffer a little bit and just be like quite fatigued. But it's not the priority. The priority is this kind of bike and run. In terms of kit, it's been baffling me as to how I can push a fair few more watts than someone like Sam in the Eton race the other weekend, but he still goes faster. And there's definitely an art to this TT riding, which I currently don't have because I'm just not as into it as these guys are or have been in the past. So I've kind of just been trying to research and do what I can to optimize myself as much as possible. And obviously the best way to do that is to put yourself in a good position, but I don't really want to be messing around with that too much at the moment, just because that can then really affect how much power you can put out or how you run off the bike. So what I've been doing is a little bit of research and seeing like how much I can gain from the least amount of money spent, essentially. So I ended up spending more than I wanted to. So just things like having the right helmet, inner tubes, racing tyres, wheels. I've been really fortunate in the fact that Joe from CS has let me borrow his disc wheel and a really nice deep front wheel. So hopefully that will mean I'm a little bit more aero and they'll help me out on the day. Other things are things like having a nice waxed chain, clean chainline drivetrain, and also a better chainline. So chainline efficiency is key. And yeah, I bought a new front ring to help with that. So I've gone 56. It's not the biggest in the world, and it should be fine for Eton. I mean, I rode a 53 last time. I know I was further down the cassette, but this should just increase that drivetrain efficiency a little bit more. I think there's loads more stuff that I could go into with kit, so I might just leave that to another day and do a whole bike review of my TT setup, so you can have a look at that. But that's it for the time being. I mean, we've got a project with Entire as well that we're working on to bring to you in the future, so hopefully I can show you a little bit of that in the coming weeks and months. The last thing is the start list and who I'll be up against, and it's pretty solid and I'm a little bit nervous. So I don't want to be left behind, and I hope I won't be. If all goes to plan, I'll have to be pretty vigilant with nutrition and things like that, but I'll take you through it. So this is just Try 247, I'll put the link down below. But essentially, Joe Skipper is going to be the top ranked male on the start list, which is great. Lucy Charles-Barclay is going to be there, and Nikki Bartlett, India Lee, Ruth Aspel, Lucy Hall, Tara Grosvenor. And in the pro men, it's obviously going to be Joe Skipper, Tom Davies, Sam Wade, Leon Chavalier, if I've said that right, James Teagle, Jack Shaler, Harrison Rolls King, and Chris Stanbridge. This is the full list down below. So you can see here a fair few heavy hitters. We've got the likes of Mark Buckingham, Kieran Linders, Reece Barkley, Will Munday, Will Draper, Brett Hallowell, Henry James, myself, Liam Lloyd, Luke Pollard, Harrison Rolls King, Jack Shaler, Jack Willis, and Tom Bishop. So yeah, it should be good. I think a lot of those guys have shown some really good form in the recent races. Tom races left, right and centre, so you can pretty much guarantee he's going to be in good shape. Joe's so strong on the bike, I can imagine he's going to be putting the hammer down there. But yeah, I'll just do what I can, I'll go with what I can, if I can do anything at all, and see how it goes from there. But I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight into what's going on this weekend, and I'll do a race review next week, but in the meantime, please hit like and subscribe to follow the channel and follow my journey to try and get a little bit better at racing and hopefully mix it up with the best. So thanks for watching, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. That was tough. How was your set?
Fucking dreadful.
Can I not say that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Muffled.
Oh, fucking yeah. Tough.
So
I was wondering who that guy is and what's he done with the actual Freddie Well.
breakthrough sesh, eh?